Right, for this pattern we're going to be using a Kamasan B170. So get them inset there. Next thing we're going to do, just put the silk on. Nice even turns, get a nice level base. Trim off the waist here. On this pattern there, it has two yellow streaks on each side, so what I'm going to be using is fluorescent yellow floss. I'm just going to tie this in, just bring it to the back. The body on this pattern is going to be a claret dubbing with just a wee bit of twinkle. So just catch that in, just going to bring him up. Just fold the sides, so one on each side, hold it tightly like so, and we're just going to bind that in like so, trim off the waist. The wing on that I'm going to be using on this here, it's Deer. What I've done on this Deer is bleached it and dyed it with a ginger fluorescent colour. So we're just going to trim that off, just a wee wing. Good thing about the Deer, when you do put it in, catch that there, bring it back, she's not splaying out too much, but if it does there, all you do is just come back a 45 degree, bring it forward, and bind that in. It keeps that wing nice and low. Any wee bits, we're just going to trim them off there. Next thing we're going to be putting is a hackle, and I'm using a fiery brown. So we're just going to catch that in. Just going to tie it. On this pattern I like to put a nice good bushy hackle on this here. You can fish it dry or just pull it through the wave. Never be afraid to use this pattern even when the mayfly is up. Works, surprised how it does work. We catch the hackle, tie that in, trim him off. Next thing we're going to do is just going to pull them hackles back a wee bit and just make a wee base. Because lastly we're going to tie in is the wee antennae on this here. What I use is a cock pheasant tail, dyed claret. Just go to these, just catch them in, pinch and loop, tie that in. Any wee straggly bits, we're just going to trim those off. Bring the horns forward. Just to set him down a wee bit. Once he's done, just going to finish this off. There we go. Next thing we do is just put a double varnish on the head to finish the fly. This is a good pattern in September, the likes of Loch Earl, very very good. And as we, or some of us know that, UV light at the end of the day is the last light to hit the surface of the earth. So with this here being fluorescent dyed there, that's going to pick up that wee bit of UV. So there's my version of the Welshman's button, the deer hair button. Like I said before, don't be afraid to use it when the mayfly's on. Very good pattern to be using. So as I say over here in Ireland, happy wrappings.